All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, the villain, and I am here with my good friend Don Trell, aka Big Don. If you want to say what's up.
What's up, everyone?
All right, so Don's got his channel, which is going to debut soon, and we're going to be doing Ultron versus Brainiac on his channel. So if you guys like these kind of matchups where it's classic, kind of, his channel is going to where he's going to talk more about it at the end, plug his stuff, but it's going to be more like Ultron type characters based. And so Nimrod versus Amazo was initially going to be on his channel. But what's funny is at first we were kind of on the same page on how this battle would go, but it turns out Big Don has a dispute with the outcome. So we're going to actually turn this into a fun debate. It's not going to get wild like the last one on my channel because me and Don are homeboys, but it's going to be funny. It should be entertaining. And most importantly, we're actually going to be talking about scaling and feats and who would really win, in our opinion. So it's going to be very knowledge based as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this. You guys ask for debates. Maybe I'll start doing actual debates where we actually try to figure out who would win if this does well. So hit the like button. But with that being said, Don's the one that said he had an issue with the outcome, which is I think Nimrod would win. I'm gonna go ahead and let him explain his part because I actually haven't heard it yet, and then we'll talk about it.
All right, I was ready to say, if y'all didn't know, Amazo is out of DC. He's literally like an android that can mimic and do different people's powers. Like, he uses absorption cell technology, and he can literally replicate any superhero's powers of any meta-human that he encounters. So, in essence, he's a Justice League buster. He gives Justice League members trouble all the time. Uh, a full power Amazo is capable of emulating multiple skills from numerous heroes at a time, such as like nuclear manipulation from Firestorm, or electrostatic discharge from Black Lightning, and size alteration from Plastic Man without any hindrance, combining and utilizing them in creative ways that they're able to like manipulate the battlefield. Also, like, Amazo is incredibly tactical and analytical when it comes to like fighting and using the best way for his powers. The thing that I have a problem with Nimrod winning is it's stated that Nimrod is able to beat every mutant, which there are some ridiculously OP mutants, don't get me wrong, like Omega level mutants, but taking those out of account, you still have like 90% of mutants that are like fodder to someone that's like a Mazo. Or, I'm not a Mazo, but a Nimrod. So, stating that, it's also stated that it said it was squadrons of Nimrods, and roughly a squadron of people is like 700, give or take. So if you wanted to cut down that down to a squadron is 240. That was my bad. But that means that it took 240 Nimrods to wipe out thousands of mutants. But it only takes one Amazo to bolo the Justice League. And I just feel that the different feats from each of the characters that Amazo's fought, there's a scan literally saying that Wonder Woman is stating that Amazo's stronger than her and Superman combined. There's also another scan of Amazo literally like tanking Superman's eye beams or his heat vision, which has stopped the Omega beams from Darkseid. Um, I mean, Wonder Woman's fight Ares, the God of War, which is super super strong. He's also absorbed Martian Manhunter's abilities as well, which Martian Manhunter scales to Superman. And I just feel that minus like some Omega level mutants, like I really feel that Amazo would have a better chance than Nimrod, in all honesty.
Okay, so Nimrod is capable of beating an apocalypse that, was scaling above characters that were beating characters that destroy time spaces casually. He also, this was the strongest version of Apocalypse we've seen, whereas younger versions of Apocalypse and weaker were capable of laughing at Thor and memeing with the rest of the X-Men, including Phoenix Force Jean Grey. Nimrod scales above Legion. He scaled above observed Phoenix Force feats with Jean Grey. His program just wasn't sure what the true form of Phoenix Force could do, because as it's known, in reality, Phoenix Force has not shown its true power or potential. So that's what worried it, but actual observed feats of the Phoenix Force, it wasn't scared of with Jean Grey, and it could fight it casually. It also can clone and make exact powered versions of itself casually, and it did this against a desperate Apocalypse trying to save all of mutant kind ever in an insane battle in Exoswords. I encourage everyone to go check it out. And he folded them with the copy ability. So I don't see, and that was just Nimrod saying, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this guy, and casually making a few copies. I mean, he could constantly do that against Amazo, who I don't necessarily think is inherently stronger than Nimrod anyway, because Nimrod, literally, what you're saying, I kind of understand, but your logic would also be how impressive is soloing the entirety of Marvel Earth if it's got some humans on it? Yeah, sure, but you also have to get rid of the Avengers. So, yeah, sure, some mutants aren't that strong, but plenty of them could kill Batman casually, and those aren't even the Omega ones. So, I'm not going to hold back Amazo because he's got some Batman skills. That's literally some of his powers. So, Nimrod's feats against, Phoenix Force Jean Grey, scaling above, Legion, scaling above any of the feats of the Sentinels before, which I've taken out Jean Grey type level characters, Magneto casually, one-shot Wolverine who can take punches from World War Hulk. And World War Hulk definitely hits at least as hard as anyone in the Justice League consistently. So overall, I would be nice if I told you I see it as a draw or relative between Amazo and Nimrod, but I definitely think it's a blowout when Nimrod uses his clone ability and just makes different versions of himself.
I mean, it all depends. I was ready to say, in all honesty, if it was just ran normal Amazo, normal Nimrod, yeah, I really think it's a draw. They do have very similar abilities.
Also, I think this is important too. Forgot to bring this up. I don't think Amazo has anything in his bag of tricks that Nimrod has not observed. And thus, Nimrod already has something planned for it. Because that's how his program works.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I was ready to say,
we could, for the viewer's sake, we could go through it. So, super speed, obviously, Nimrod's fought, some of the fastest, Thor tier characters, Silver Surfer tier characters in speed, who would be considered, quote, speedsters because they scale to immeasurable and those higher levels of speed tiers. Telekinesis, psionic abilities. Obviously, I used to be on the bandwagon of Marvel wasn't that strong. Oh, peak Manhunter could probably beat everybody. No, not on that wave. And that was usually for debating anyway. Phoenix Force Jean Grey is an absolute monster. So I think Phoenix Force Jean Grey, Dark Phoenix level, easily could take out Amazo if Amazo's not on point. So
Yeah,
You know,
I was about to say, Amazo does he's able to like adapt to a conceptual level as well. So I I mean, could he beat Jean Grey Phoenix Force? Probably not. I was ready to say like that's a little too much out of his league. But Nimrod, who hasn't like actually observed like a full power Jean Grey Phoenix Force.
no, he hasn't absorbed. No, he hasn't observed the true form Phoenix Force. Like
Oh, okay.
the reader was like, "Yo, we know what like Jean Grey Phoenix Force is capable of, but what if like they separate and we like what if we piss off the Phoenix Force?" Basically, that was what they didn't know. They're like, "We don't know the limits of the actual Phoenix Force."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it would be like fighting an avatar of Darkseid, or like one that's in dimensionality, and being like, "Yo, just so you know, what we know what he does here, but we haven't seen true form Darkseid yet."
Okay, I see where you're going with that. Yeah, just it all depends on like where you would want to also scale Wonder Woman and Superman. Because like it's stated a few times that Wonder Woman is like better at hand-to-hand combat than Batman is, and she's relative to Superman. She can swap hands with Superman, and he's also able to like create weapons as well, like a Green Lantern ring or Hulk Girl's mace, which has it's made out of that special metal. I think ninth metal, if I'm not
Nth
mistaken.
metal, yeah, they call it nth metal.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it does, but I know it's like it has like mystic powers around it. So I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, also, by the way, your representation of wiping out the mutants was kind of misleading, not on purpose by you, but just I want the audience to have more context to it. The wipeout happened in seconds.
Oh, okay, that's my bad.
yeah, it wasn't like a war where they had to go to war with a bunch of Sentinels. It was like, no, Nimrod sent his bots, and it was over. It was a
okay.
one shot.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't know anything about like the amount of time it took, but I mean, still, I was ready to say 90% of the mutants don't have your relative speed.
Oh,
like
he has this, Nimrod also uses this computer ability to see the future, see the past, everything. Like, see the timelines and calculate fights based off that. Almost like an enhanced Midnighter ability.
Oh, wow, that's impressive. I was ready to say, what's that? I mean, that's what.
I'm gonna post it for you and it'll probably be on screen right now for the debate. 13-minute mark, yeah. I'll put it up. Here you go. I'll put it in a community chat and member server. Plug to our member server. Check it out. Only $5 a month via Cash App. Shameless plug. You get all these scans and all this, and you get to hear all that. Yup. But yeah, do you see it yet?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, just like a breakdown of how that works.
Okay. Now, there was one run with Amazo that he was able to absorb Hour Man and gain the ability to time travel, but that's not like one of his like staple based abilities as like base Amazo. That's like an off thing. But he has done some time traveling before, so.
Yeah, so does Nimrod can actually time travel too as well. He doesn't just use the timeline read.
Now, would you agree with like Amazo being able to use like Flash's speed, because Flash is irrelevant speed, so he's able to travel through time just by running?
Well, that'd be immeasurable.
Immeasurable, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Nimrod casually has that scaling to like Silver Surfer and stuff, and other beings on Thor's level. He's also like, well, literally he can move through time anyway, so that wouldn't matter. And then in actual observable feats, he does scale to characters with those abilities. He also has casually, with just a backhand, broken the seal of Sidorak on Juggernaut's suit, which just a few issues before Thor's God Blast couldn't do.
Yeah, I was about to say, I saw that scan. That's a very, very, very spicy scan for Nimrod, because everyone knows that Sidorak scales extremely high.
Yeah, so I just feel like, and it's also emphasized multiple times throughout Nimrod's run, that he adapts. Like, you're not going to kill him with the same thing. It's just not possible. You know, you're not going to effectively use the same move on him twice.
Yeah, let's see. The only like scan I would have for that, I don't even really would have a scan. It's literally just comes out of like assumptions where you actually have state-based facts of like Nimrod being able to do that and just being like, well, Amazo can use Batman's fighting skill and know not to get hit twice with the same thing. Like, that's only like headcanon in comparison. So
yeah, it's like this is like a confirmed trait and ability of Nimrod. So I just feel like physically he at least scales above, or like 2 Amazo, arguably above, but 2, but definitely smarter, definitely has better tech and like counter abilities, better hacks, countering abilities. He's seen all the types of moves that Amazo would be able to throw at him. I don't see Amazo. I just don't see him really stealing much from Nimrod on the computer side. I don't know.
well, that would be stating if they both could be able to absorb one another's powers, but they're like literal like robots, so I really don't think they could absorb one another's powers because they're not metahumans.
Yeah, they would they'd probably neg each other too, or just like have some weird way to neg each other.
Yeah, but I do think that Nimrod does have, a little bit more hacks than what Amazo could pull out. Like Amazo's only been shown to use 3 or 4 characters' abilities at a time.
All right, like I think for the physical side, I'd want you to look at it like this: Amazo, sure, can take on a Superman and a Wonder Woman at the same time. Could he take on 50 of them? All pissed off, raging. So now at basically peak fighting ability.
No, I don't believe so.
And then if he puts one of them down, he can't use that same takedown ability twice. And then Nimrod also can just come back anyway. And he usually comes back according to Forge Evolved already to whatever killed him. So, it's like once that copy ability he demonstrated beautifully in X of Sword shows up, it's over, to me, at least. And any kind of time-traveling manipulation that Amazo would try, which isn't even in character for him, he's more of a brawler, I don't see it working on Nimrod at all. Because Nimrod can do the same thing and he would literally see it coming.
Yeah, I was just using that where he just absorbed Hour Man as like a feat, because I was going to say Hour Man's fairly yeah, decent.
Like, and I don't want people to get it wrong. Like, I do think this would be interesting, and I think the battle is initially close, but I think the battle would go kind of like how Nimrod versus Apocalypse went, where Nimrod is kind of even with him in the beginning, but then Nimrod's like, okay, let me stop playing, and then it's over from there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Nimrod would actually win the battle of attrition after so long. Like, Amazo could come up with different ways of killing Nimrod, but I feel like it would eventually run out because Nimrod has killed more mutants in comparison to like Amazo being able to absorb powers. Like, in comparison to how many powers Amazo's absorbed, in comparison to like how many mutants Nimrod's killed, like, it's kind of hard to say that he hasn't seen one of those powers at least once. So I would say he would win the battle of attrition after a long fight, but in the beginning, yeah, I think they would be fairly even matched in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't want to seem like I'm downplaying Amazo's physicality. It's just, I feel like because of X-Men aren't typically associated with being a strong team. I feel like that's kind of used against Nimrod type characters, but it's just not the case. Nimrod's stupidly powerful. So yeah, I favor him in this matchup, but I do think you made some decent points about Amazo. I think I might have underestimated him a little bit initially. So I'm glad this kind of developed into a discussion / debate. But yeah, I think we're more in agreement that Nimrod would win the final battle. If you guys like content like this, if you like people like me and Don discussing these good matchups, let me know in the comment section. Real quick, I'm going to let Don go ahead and tell y'all what's going to be on his channel, what type of content he's going to make, and then we'll close it out.
All right, I'd like to thank you, Splash, for bringing me on the channel again and everything like that. So, also, my channel is going to exclusively have giant mech scaling lore. We're going to be talking about random different things from different animes. We're going to be scaling things that have not ever been scaled before. So, y'all definitely need to stay tuned because it's going to be a barn burner, I promise.
Like, Don got so crazy, he's like buying trademark stuff to use material that's like never before seen on YouTube. He's trying to scale some classic and famous anime that no one's had the chance to, because a lot of times it actually gets folded via copyright. So it's going to be a blast, and I'll be over on his channel a lot, collabing with him as he's a member of the coffee shop. As well as he will be doing any mech tech type stuff from fiction as well. So if you like that stuff from comics too, you're liable to catch that on his channel. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. It's been your boy YFV and Don, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.